Salut! Ryan Trahan and Haley are trying to go to all 50 states in 50 days, and while they're doing that, I am trying to follow along and read a book that takes place in each of the states that they arrive to. And for today, they went to Nevada, specifically Las Vegas. And I already have read a book in Nevada, so I didn't have to binge read anything.
New state unlocked! Yes! Oh, it's actually looking good. We're making progress.
Nevada is complete! I'm prepared. I have actually read at least 2 books set in Nevada. I might have read more, but these are the first 2 that came to mind. So we're going right into it today. The first one, which I think I'm going to put on my map as like the Nevada book, is Skin by Ted Dekker. It's a thriller kind of situation. I think I read this in 2022 or 23. So it's been a hot minute. I've read a lot of books since this one. I'm kind of fuzzy on a lot of information, but I do remember it taking place in the desert. I remember it being really trippy. The whole time just being like, what is even happening? Is this real? Is this a nightmare? Oh, this part's real. Oh no, wait, is it? Okay, and then who is it? Who's the guy? Who's doing the crazy stuff? Who's killing? Who's whatever? I think this book might have been the one that kind of starts with some tornadoes. The night I read this, I woke up like at 5 in the morning or something because of a tornado warning on my phone. We were living in Texas at the time, and it was really bizarre because I woke up and I was like, dude, I just read about a tornado. Pretty sure that was this book, and it was wild. And then the other obscure thing that I remember about this book is that it made me kind of not like mustard for a while. I think that the main killer had a thing for mustard, just didn't like mustard so much that it kind of seeped over into my preferences. I'm okay with mustard now, but mustard was a thing here. It was definitely thrilling. I do remember the ending I wasn't super wild about. This is kind of my Ted Dekker shelf over here. I was hoping in one of his other books there would have been more conclusion here, and there hasn't been, but I haven't read all of his books. Maybe in one of the books I haven't read, maybe there's a bit more conclusion, but I wished that it wasn't the ending that it was, if that makes sense. Okay, book 2, also set in Nevada, but this one's actually in Las Vegas. I thought about making this like the cover book for Nevada, but it's book 3 in a series, in his Circle series, specifically the Lost Books Circle series. Now, Black, Red, and White were my absolute favorites. The Circle Lost Books were not my favorite. I enjoyed them. The last 2 were my least favorite. This one was my top favorite. I don't think that a person could just jump into Renegade and be able to follow everything that's going on. I do think you need the first 2 to understand and also properly enjoy the humor that's in this, because I will give you a bit of a minor spoiler. I don't think it will ruin the experience for you. A group of teenagers from the way future, but the way future is like medieval times, so they've never seen electricity before in their life. So you have this group of kids that go back in time into present day Las Vegas, and because these kids have never seen electricity before, it's just their reactions, the shock of it all was hilarious and so very entertaining. So there was a car chase involved, and it was just very entertaining. This one was awesome. Those are my 2 Nevada books. I can't believe that I can't come up with other Nevada books that I have read, but these are pretty good ones. And I'm so glad that I had a free day today because I was so behind on editing yesterday's video. We went to go see How to Train Your Dragon, which is kind of why I got this like wild hair kind of thing going on over here, and the boats shirt. Going for like a Viking kind of feel today for the How to Train Your Dragon. Also, the movie was great, in case you were wondering. I actually didn't read anything today with my eyeballs, but I did figure out how to use Hoopla better, so I started listening to a Nancy Drew book as an audiobook, specifically a Nancy Drew book that takes place in Alaska. because thanks to my mom mapping out what Ryan Trahan might be doing next, we have decided that Alaska is the next state that I should hit up, because I've covered a lot of the states in the West already. Oregon, Washington, California, I think Idaho, Colorado. I've hit a lot of states, so I will likely have a lot of free days, but I want to get a head start on the future states that are coming. So I started listening to the audiobook, and then the other thing that my wonderful mother of mine did for me was she looked at some of the books that take place in the states I haven't read yet, and she put little post-it notes on them so that I know what state it takes place in easily without having to scour the back cover or just straight up remember. This takes place in New Jersey. I would not have guessed the shark book of I Survived would take place in Jersey. That was wild. So we've got all these books here that she marked up for me, which will make things super easy. I personally am a bit worried about Wyoming because that's in the West and I haven't read it yet. And this is the shortest book that I have for Wyoming, and it's about 216 pages. A hair nervous about that one. I also kind of want to start this Midnight in Lonesome Hollow. It's a Kit American Girl doll book. I really want to try out the American Girl doll books, but because this is a mystery book, I want to wait until I'm done with Nancy Drew, because I don't like reading multiple mysteries at the same time. It messes with my head. Some other strategies that I have is that I have 2 more library books that I checked out besides Kit's mystery thingy. Of these 2, this one is smaller. I often like to read books with my mom and sister at night, so when I'm done reading the book I'm currently reading at night with them, I think I'm going to switch to this one, in which case I think the next book I will try to read when I'm not listening to the Alaska audiobook is probably going to be this one, which happens in Missouri. I know that my mom mentioned after Wyoming and Alaska, the next danger state, so to speak, is North and South Dakota. I don't think I have their books physically. I think I have to do those on Hoopla or Libby or Unlimited. But as far as physical books go, I'm feeling pretty good about the general plan. And the library looks a little bit different, not that much different, because I finally got around to wiping off the books that I got from the thrift store and putting them where I want them to go. I have no idea where Ryan and Haley are going next. I'm thinking California or Idaho. I really don't know how Ryan and Haley are going to Alaska and Hawaii and when they might do that. So that's just like, I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure I have Idaho covered, and I know I have California covered. That video is going to be just a montage of all the California books that I have read. Francine Rivers. And I think that's pretty much all for this video. 4 days down, 46 to go. Let me know what you guys are reading, and if you're watching Ryan's series right now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao!